Howdy, neighbors. David here. And today on Boondock Stallions, I have just gotten done watching Ginger Snaps. Now, before we get started, go ahead and give this video a like and subscribe. Wow. Wow. So, turns out my new scary ringtone scared the out of me just now. Congratulations. So, what we're going to do, we're going to turn my phone off because that was not cool. Put this bad boys on do not disturb. Okay, sorry about that. So, Ginger Snaps, werewolf movie, came out back in 2000. It's actually a really underrated and awesome kind of low budget movie. I actually didn't get turned on to it until the sequel came out. It just happened on accident. Saw a movie at the video store, and my best friend checked it out, and we watched it. It was actually Ginger Snaps 2. We had to order Ginger Snaps 1 and watch it as kind of a prequel. And part 2 is actually kind of insane. I'm not gonna lie to you, it has a very young Tatiana Maslany in it. For anybody who's a fan of Orphan Black, she played a very creepy little character named Ghost. She was blonde, completely unrecognizable, and I thought to myself, you know what? I'm probably never, ever, 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 ever going to see that young actress again. And then, boom, she got Orphan Black, and now, boom, she's going to be She-Hulk on Disney Plus. So that's actually kind of pretty awesome. So in Ginger Snaps, it stars Katherine, Isabelle, and Emily Perkins. If you're not familiar with Katherine Isabelle, she was in Freddy vs. Jason and Disturbing Behavior and a few other movies that I cannot really recall right now because it's on the fly and I'm doing this live and I'm not really doing a whole lot of research on these things. For Halloween, I'm just doing old favorites. And so Emily Perkins, though, is literally the reason that I watched this movie the first time in the first place, because I've been in love with Emily Perkins since she played Beverly when we were kids on the miniseries It. She played young Beverly in the first movie, and then Annette O'Toole, whom I was also in love with because she's Lana Lang from Superman 3. So, I mean, it was win-win for me. And so I was a big fan of Emily Perkins, still am. I don't know if y'all have ever seen her in other movies. She was hilarious in She's the Man with Amanda Bynes. She was Eunice, the really over-enthusiastic, nerdy girl with the glasses. So funny. So funny. So this movie uses a girl going through puberty and being bitten by a werewolf at the exact same unfortunate time as a parallel for each other, and it's one big metaphor, and it's so good, and it's cheesy, it's very macabre, very dark, very bloody, very gory, very serious in tone, and yet still, kind of fun to watch. You can laugh and have a good time, and it's really in the spirit of 80s horror movies, and it doesn't even realize that it's an 80s horror movie made in 2000, so that was really good. There's a trilogy of the movies. There was Ginger Snaps 2, like I said, and then Ginger Snaps Back, which is technically a prequel to the series in which it follows the same actresses playing the sisters Bridget and Ginger, but they are ancestors of the ones that we're familiar with who also have a bit of a werewolf curse. And I'm pretty sure it was just a money grab because it had become a bit of a cult classic. And I'm not going to blame them. I've seen all three of them, and I should probably go ahead and buy parts 2 and 3. Excuse me. So sorry. Anyways, so tomorrow is my day off, and I'm going to be watching 2 movies. We're going to be doing Friday the 13th. I'm sorry. That's amazing because when I did Friday the 13th, I kept saying A Nightmare on Elm Street, and now here I am getting to A Nightmare on Elm Street, and I'm saying Friday the 13th. What are the odds? But we're going to be doing A Nightmare on Elm Street 3, The Dream Warriors, early tomorrow. And then in the evening, we're going to be doing Hellraiser. And I'm thinking about doing Hellraiser 1 and 2 because Hellbound is quite frankly disturbing. It is a super disturbing horror movie, and it's very dark, and it gets under my skin every single time I see it. And not many horror movies can do that, so I'm probably, you know what, going to make that one a double feature and just do 3 horror movies tomorrow, because why not? Um, what's your favorite horror movie? Let me know down in the comments. If I don't cover any horror movies this month, because like I said, we're going to be doing horror movies one a day, every day, and then I'm going to live stream immediately after I finish it, no matter what time of the day it is, which is why we're here at 12:33 a.m. Central Standard Time in South Texas. But tomorrow I'll be doing this quite a bit, and I think I'm only allowed like maybe 2 or 3 live streams a day. So maybe I'll watch both of the Hellraisers, and instead of doing one live stream after each movie, I'll just do a big old live stream for both of them. Um so let's see. I know I didn't write Tucker and Dale versus Evil on my list of horror movies for the month, and it's technically a horror movie, even though it is also a comedy. And I mean, I laugh more than I scare during that movie, but it's both. Because one of the actors that plays, I think his name is Chad in Tucker and Dale. It's been so long since I've seen it, but he is also very young in um, Ginger Snaps, and he was there. And I think it's really funny because I saw this movie the first time in what it came out in 2000. I saw it in 2004, and I'd have been a big fan of Emily Perkins for quite some time. She's significant. She's a few years older than me. She is, let's see, 6 years older than me. And uh, in Ginger Snaps, she was playing a 15-year-old. She was probably 23, playing a 15-year-old, and Katherine Isabelle was 19, playing a 16-year-old. And it it's almost seamless because they could have actually used real teenagers. There's no nudity. That's one of the great things about this movie. Like, I'm always a big fan of slasher flicks, and I don't mind when they throw nudity into a film. But I also love it, love it if they can do a horror movie without it. I mean, if you can do it without it, great. If you can't, also great. Like, I'm not going to complain about a little bit of nudity. That's a weird thing to talk about. But uh, there was no nudity in the movie, and for the type of movie it was, you really thought that they were probably going to go for the cheesy, gratuitous sex scene, and they didn't. And I'm really happy that they didn't, because you don't always have to give us the sex scene. I don't mind if you do, but you don't always have to. And so it's a mark of a great horror movie if they can not show a boobie or a butt and still be considered to be an awesome horror movie. So y'all should check that out. Um, yeah, I'm actually probably going to let this whole thing bleed into November. So, like I said, if you don't see your favorite horror movie show up on my list this month, then I should probably post. You know what? Screw it. You're right there. Don't go anywhere. I have got a list. So we've already done Ginger Snaps and Friday the 13th 8, and we were supposed to do A Nightmare on Elm Street, but we did Candyman. So we'll do Dream Warriors tomorrow with Hellraiser. Then we're going to be doing some series. Yeah, because I'm also going to start a series. The Chucky TV show comes out this month, and I've left a link for the trailer in the comments, also with my Instagram and Facebook, if y'all want to check me out on Instagram and Facebook. But the new Chucky series will start on the 12th. And so, starting on the 5th, we're going to do Child's Play. On the 6th, Child's Play 2, and then Child's Play 3, Bride of Chucky, Seed of Chucky, Curse of Chucky, Cult of Chucky, and then, bada boom, the Chucky TV show. And the thing about Seed of Chucky, that one, I'm not going to lie to you, it is not my favorite in the Chucky series. As a matter of fact, it's probably the bottom of the list as far as favorites go for the Chucky series. But it's also necessary because it establishes canon that stays true for the rest of the series. I made a video, and I'll also leave a link down in the comments. I'll add it here after I'm done streaming. But I made a video about the Chucky series and how it's one of the more superior franchises to come out of the 80s. And when I say superior, I don't want to talk about quality and whose personal opinion is if it's the best or the worst. and if Freddy's better or if Jason's better or if Michael's better. I'm saying as far as continuity and you know what? It's just continuity. Yeah, it is just continuity that thing. It's got to have the same writer in all of them, same producers, same actors for the most part, and there's just consistency in the way everything flows. They don't try to change any of the backstory. If anything, they just add and build to the world so everything that you know is true, but then you also get more stuff that is also true. So I'm a big fan, and like I've rambled on too much about Chucky here in this video, so check out that video. I'll leave a link. And so after the Chucky series, we're going to watch the movie Teeth. Teeth is a terrifying movie. It is just terrifying. I mean, look at my face. I'm scared. I'm genuinely frightened. Teeth is a movie, a very campy horror movie about a girl who has a set of teeth in her place where you don't want a set of teeth. And it gets very serious and very comical and absolutely 120% terrifying when it bites that dude's pee-pee off. Yeah, just bit it clean off and then like spit it out. Couldn't make that up if I tried. So we're going to watch that. Excuse me. Jason X. Why? Because anything with Kane Hodder Jason in it is gold. I don't care if it's in outer space. Grow up. It's a horror movie. They're going to watch Sleepaway Camp because why would I do 80s horror movie marathons and leave Sleepaway Camp out of that thing? That is a crazy movie, and I like it. It's good. We're going to do The Shining and Dr. Sleep. Interestingly enough, I like that they managed to fix the ending that should have been for The Shining by using it at the end of the movie Dr. Sleep, seeing as how they couldn't use the actual ending for Dr. Sleep because they didn't use the ending in The Shining, if that makes sense for anybody who's read the books. Anyways, so we're going to do those two movies. I really like them. And then Psycho. Not just Psycho, but I have the Blu-ray box set of Psycho 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's right. What do you think I was going to say? 6? Anyways, I know this is going to be controversial, but I don't think that Jamie Lee Curtis should have the Scream Queen title that she has. Now, I mean, don't get me wrong. Jamie Lee Curtis gets all the respect in the world for being the Scream Queen for her work in things like Prom Night and obviously the Halloween series. But I think her mother, Janet Leigh, deserves the title of Scream Queen even more because if you're not familiar with Janet Leigh, she is the woman who was murdered by Norman Bates' mother in the shower scene in Psycho. Everybody knows the shower scene. Water, shower, chocolate sauce in black and white, being blood. Everybody knows it. And so we all have heard that scream and seen her die. Why would she not be the official Scream Queen? Because she did it before Jamie Lee Curtis was even born. Okay, so after the Psycho movie, we're going to do Shrunken Heads because I did that whole Puppet Master box set run through a few months ago, and now I have bought even more movies from Charles Band and Full Moon Entertainment, and I want to watch Shrunken Heads, a very low budget B movie, horror movie, and then we're going to watch obviously It and It Chapter 2, Army of Darkness, and then we're going to do 6 days. 6 days of Rob Zombie. I know it's a lot of Rob Zombie, and I'm going to have to watch Halloween 2 again. I know I just did it for my Michael Myers in the Multiverse of Madness. You should probably check out that video too while you're here. But I watched Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. I absolutely hate that movie. I mean, I absolutely hate that movie. But I'm going to watch the director's cut of it just so I can see if there's anything even remotely worth watching in the director's cut, because I wouldn't be doing my duty, my honor-bound duty as a a horror movie fan if I didn't watch the director's cut. So, on the 26th, we will start with House of a Thousand Corpses because it's House of a Thousand Corpses. You don't start a Rob Zombie horror movie marathon without House of a Thousand Corpses. Thank you very much. And then we're going to watch The Devil's Rejects because Tutti fucking fruity. I know I just swore, but it's late. The kids are asleep. And you know what? I'm pretty loud. I'm sorry if your kids heard that. Also, teach your kids bad words. I shouldn't have to be the first person that told them that. But I'm glad I am if I did. The Devil's Rejects, right? Then we're going to do 3 from Hell because it's a trilogy. Why wouldn't we do the trilogy? Then we get into Rob Zombie's Halloween. Great movie. Then we're going to get into Rob Zombie's Halloween, the director's cut. Then we're going to finish it off on Halloween the 31st with 31. I mean, obviously, it's a little less obvious a choice than, oh, it's Halloween, let's watch Halloween. I'm the Dirk that watches Halloween on Halloween. Obviously, I'm impersonating my best friend, Mark, because he's that dildo has me stuttering. He's the dildo that watches Halloween on Halloween. Mark's that guy. Mark's that guy that wears the shirt of the band he's going to go see. You don't go see Metallica wearing a Metallica shirt. You go see Metallica wearing a Slayer shirt. Have some respect, Mark. Anyways, be excellent to each other and party on, dudes.